Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Rants About Tech Live. Today is what have we got? Monday, December 9th, 2024. We're gonna give some people a chance to come into the chat a little more. We're gonna hold off on the show for a few minutes here, because we got some good news. Like there's a lot. Like we hardly have like exciting. I try to make it as exciting as possible, right? But we hardly have that exciting. Let me turn these lights above off too. I'll be right back, you guys. There we go. All right. All right. So, oh my God. Okay, the mic wasn't there, but yeah, we got a lot of good news to talk about today, you guys. Typically, it's not this action packed, but today it's action packed, and it's gloomy in Philadelphia today. I hardly have any light. I hardly have any light here this morning, and it's getting on my nerves. It really is. But how's everybody else doing out there today? We should look up the national holidays for today. Let's do that real quick while we give everybody a chance to come in. Oh, good morning, everybody who's just coming in too. I see a couple more people just came in. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining. If I had known it was going to be this gloomy in Philadelphia today, I would have turned the light on or something. I had the overhead lights on, but they're crazy. They're crazy. They do things that aren't natural, so I don't like having them on. But we got lots of A5X2 news to get to. Like I said, I'm just gonna give it a few minutes here to give a few more people a chance to trickle in. Welcome if you're just joining us. We're just getting started here. Lots of A5X2 news we're gonna be talking about. Thank you for coming. Darker than normal today because it's cloudy out, but we're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. What do we? Let's check out the holiday though for the day. I think that's a worthy thing to do. Check out the holidays for the day and get this out of the way. There we go. Let's pull this up here. All right, so oh, that's a little too mature. Oh, I spelled that wrong, but we got the gist. National holidays today is what I'm looking at. We're just giving it a little bit to give people a chance to come into the stream here. People don't typically come into the stream till like 15 minutes after I started. That's when you get people coming in. We're not gonna wait that long, but we're gonna give it a few minutes here. But I'm gonna check out the national holidays for today. For December 9th. International Anti-Corruption Day? Really? That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, I mean we'll run with that since it's the only one we got right now. So International Anti-Corruption Day. I don't even know how I would apply that to what we're doing here. I can't. I won't. So we'll just leave that where it's at. Hopefully tomorrow's a better international or national holiday. Let's get into the Oh, my volume's low. Let's pump that volume up a little bit. Is my volume still low? Is the volume still low, you guys? Let me know in the chat if you can, so we can fix that before we get started. But while I get confirmation on the volume being low or not low, let's do some shameless promotions. Okay, good way to support the channel. Independent channel here. I don't get support through companies currently, so I just get support through my viewers, and myself. Good way to support the channel. No meaning the volume is good, or no meaning the volume is not good. Let's be specific. I'm not sure what we were saying there, you guys. Oh, good morning, brother. I didn't notice you were in the chat just now. While we're waiting on that, a little more confirmation on that. Like I said, shameless plug. Oh boy, good way to support the channel. T-shirts on sale. Rants About Tech. We got black ones on order, so we got black ones coming. But I do have a majority of the sizes that people would want here. Oh, and the sound is good. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So, and I do have majority of the sizes that people will want here. So, a good way to support the channel. Oh, I asked if the volume was low. My bad. My bad. And thanks, you guys. Thanks, chat, for getting me straight with the volume. I really appreciate that. I count on you guys for that. So, thank you. Good way to support the channel right there. The t-shirts on through the site, rantsaboutTech.com. Also memberships. We do memberships, so a good way to support the channel is also through the memberships. And we got quite a few members in here right now, so let's go ahead and get these members shout outs right now. I like doing that. It's good fun. I like doing the air horn. I mean, it's in the morning, but we can still do air horn in the morning. We got Functional Doc in here. The Doc. Good morning to you. We got my brother Larry Goodman in here. What's going on, my brother? We got 2530 Media in the house. How's it going, man? I know your name. I don't want to mess it up right now. I've been watching your channel lately, so I'm going to refer to you by name. I'm going to make sure I got that right, though, before we do that. We got, who else we got up in here? We got, okay, those are the members. Those are the members. And welcome to everybody else who's in the chat, too. eInk Unplugged, I see you in here. And thank you for coming. I see eInk Unplugged in here a lot, too. Who else we got here? All right, I think that's it. And we got Greg. How did I forget Greg? What's going on, Gregory? Otherwise known as Gregory, aka the Greg. All right, so let's go ahead and get on to this news here. So the first thing I want to talk about here today is this A5X2 news. I think the first thing we should do is just go ahead and take a look at the site. So there's an A5X2 site here, and then we'll talk about some of the details after we take a look at the site. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I think it's a beautiful site. I'm not gonna hold you. I think it is a beautiful site. They got the Manta, so it's Supernote. It's Supernote Manta, is what they're calling it. There is no sound for the site, so. But yeah, so a Supernote Manta is what they're calling it. They're charging $459 for it. I'm not sure if that's with the case or without. I would imagine it's without the case, though. Actually, let's think about this for a second. Let's look at what Boox charges for the let's go to we'll just take the Note Air 4C, for example, here. Actually, you know what? We won't take the Note Air 4C. What we'll do is we'll take the Go 10.3. Because that's going to be the closest competitor to this thing. Ooh, what's this? Google Shopping Top Trend. Oh, wow. Okay. They got an award for Google Shopping? Interesting. Oh boy. 9 a.m. Eastern. Holy cow. Well, listen, there are no new releases just yet, Greg, that I know of. And my air horn is relatively low. I do that because it's in the morning and I feel odd having a seriously loud air horn in people's ear. I feel weird about that. I should turn it up, though. For Saturday nights, we should get the air horn loose up in here. Anyway, but yeah, so the site is nice. I like the site. So let's just go through it real quick. But I really wanted to see what they've changed the Go 10.3 site as well. Like, this is a little bit different. They've done some changes to this. They've updated it. Good. But I just wanted to see what we get with this thing and the pricing. So I'm sorry I'm scrolling back and forth. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Go 10.3, $379. That comes with the pen and it comes with the case. Am I correct about that, chat? It does come with the pen. He says you can't find the link for the Manta. I'll throw the link in the chat for you there, Doc. Matter of fact, let me do that now. When I switch back over to the Manta site, I'll throw that link in the chat for you guys. I found this link was given to me by my good friend Ed. He found this link on Reddit. I found the post where he got it from, though, on Reddit. Super interesting stuff. Anyway, I wanted to check the price on the Go 10.3 to see what the pricing would be like. So $379. We got $379 for the Go 10.3. That comes with the case and it comes with a pin. Manta, we got $459. Right? So we got $80 more. Okay, you know where the $80 coming from? That $80 is coming from that Mobius display. It's more expensive. Mobius displays are more expensive because of the flexible nature of those displays. And really, it's really just the back plane of it that's flexible. I think it's the same Carter 13 display as far as the front plane goes. The back plane on this particular device, though. Oh, let's zoom out a little bit. The back plane on this particular device, though, is going to be Mobius, and that's a more expensive. It's flexible. It's going to be more expensive to put into the device. So I think that $459 is just for the device. I don't think you get a pin with that, and I don't think you get a case with that. I think that's just the device, and I think that's reasonable. What they charge? I think this is on par with what they charge for the A5X. No, let's check that out. A5X price. Wow, Supernote. If I put Supernote in front of it, maybe. No, just give me a price. Does anybody know what the price of the A5X is? I think it launched at $4 something, right? It launched at over $400. Okay, maybe right here. No. The original A5X was like $500. So it was over $400. So the original, I don't know what the exact price is, but I feel like it was over $400. So to see that the Manta is $459 sounds about right, especially since both of those devices have Mobius displays. Yeah, especially since both of those devices have Mobius displays. I think it's it's safe to say that that's a good price. Next we got the design of it. We got we already knew what it was going to look like, right? Half folio design. We got design store here. What do they got? Oh, not found. So that's clearly a part of the site. This site isn't live, just so you guys know. This was not. Matter of fact, let's just go real quick before we finish this site. Let's just go to what they said exactly about this leak. So a guy leaked this yesterday on Reddit, the site, and this is what Ratta had to say about it. I have to say, we're impressed by your detective skills. That link was actually intended for internal use by our team. While we're excited to see your enthusiasm, we want to apologize if this unintended preview has caused any confusion or misunderstanding. It wasn't our plan to release this information just yet, but we admire your curiosity and passion for the A5X2 Manta. We appreciate your patience and understanding as we prepare to share more details with you properly. I thought that was interesting. That word properly at the end there. Because as we all know, they've released information to a specific YouTuber who we all know, Voja, and he's also started talking about the release, not the release, but that he's getting a copy of it, which kind of, that struck me as odd. Because I'm like, they're leaving it to the YouTube community to break the news for their new device when they're so gung-ho on Reddit. You would think Reddit would have been the place that they would have wanted to talk about this. it seems super surprising that they would want to, that they're releasing information through a proxy. You know what I mean? A YouTuber. So and if they're going to release it through a proxy, Voja is probably the guy to do it. He's probably the most well-known YouTuber for eInk on the, and most respected eInk YouTuber on YouTube. So, like if you're going to do it, he would be the one to do it through, right? It just still seems odd that they would do that and then balk at the website being up and then be like, at the end of this thing, be like properly. Like they're going to share information properly. Information is coming out. So I don't know what their properly thing is. But the information is clearly coming out. I guess my question would just be, what does proper mean to them? Did they mean they wanted to be the ones to talk about it? And if that it is the case, then, it's being talked about already by people that's not them. So I don't know why that would bother them. And it doesn't seem like it bothered them too much because they're like, oh, we like the curiosity. So anyway, moving on to the Manta site here. We got overall 6.0 millimeters. Thinnest at the thinnest edge, only 3.6 millimeters. Morning, Max. How's it going? We're just going over the A5X2 Manta. They didn't release this information. This was found on Reddit by someone. He did some mining through the site and found a link that leads to the A5X2 site. You can't buy it. They do have a price, and we're going through the details right now. Weight reduction in half folio, 467 grams. That's with the half folio on it, which is pretty nice. What do we got on the? So we got 375. That's without the case, undoubtedly, for the Go 10.3. And so it's over 100 grams or just under 100 grams heavier than the Go 10.3. But that's with the half folio though. So I'm not sure what the Go 10.3 weighs with their case on it. It could be more than this. I would bet that it probably is. Clear, 10.7 inch, 300 PPI. Okay. Durability. Okay, so here we go. Real life test. So no drops and scratches, no worries. Scratch resistant, feel right 2 self recovery soft film. Drop resistant flexible screen. That's the Mobius part of this whole thing. Let's look at the real life test here. I think this is what they showed on YouTube a while back. Yeah, we already seen this, I think. Go paperless while reducing e-waste with modular design. So they do talk about the modularity of the device here. Word. Yeah, happy Anti-Corruption Day. I guess we could play this into the eInk market in a way. So yeah, they're talking about this in the modularity of the device. Like I said, most of this is stuff we've already seen before. We're just seeing it in a new way right now. I like their little feet. I still think mine are gonna be better, but whatever. Yeah. Top charging, top power button. Perfect. I love it. They do it the right way. They're the only ones who do it the right way. They do a lot of things right, and they're the only ones who do it right in a lot of cases. We got right naturally. Inherit Supernote's uniqueness. Feel right 2 self recovery. Soft film feels just right. All right. Can we click on this explore link? Okay, cool. Ooh, what do we got here? We got graphs. I love me some graphs. Okay, so through rigorous experimentation. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. All right. This is what I love. I love this. So all right, so chat, I talk all the time about how eyes Ratta feet. Ratta do have feet. They're rat feet. Oh my God. Mr. Mike. I didn't even realize that correlation. rat feet. They better not try to steal my idea. Listen, I got a patent pending right now. Listen, I'll litigate. I'll take people to court. All right, moving on. This is interesting. So, all right, so chat, you guys know how I talk about how I think the ceramic nib on the Supernote pens are the best because they're so precise. And I talk about the precision all the time. Now Ratta's talking about I think they've talked about the precision, right? But they've never talked about it in a way that's like a plus. You know what I mean? It's like a fact, but they've never like marketed it until now. I love it. I love this. All right, so what do we got here? So through rigorous experimentation, the combination of Fill-Rite 2 plus ceramic nib is strikingly similar to the combination of paper and pencil. Chat, why they just ruin my life just now? Why did they just ruin my life just now? They just said the combination is like paper and pencil. I don't agree. Who agrees with that? If you own a Supernote and you think the combination of ceramic nib and the Fill-Rite 2 film is like pencil on paper, you let me know. This is the closest thing I've come to pen on paper. Why are they trying to relate it to pen or pencil? They even do a job. They even relate it to pen in another post they made of their own. I don't know, chat. Okay, I like charts, but I don't like this one. We'll look at it anyway. Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with that at all. If you have a Supernote and you think it feels like paper on, like I think the Remarkable Paper Pro feels like paper and pencil, like the closest. Oh, they say pen? No, they say pencil. Check it out. It's right here. Check it. That highlighted section right here it says it's similar to the combination of paper plus a high uni HB pencil. Source Wacom. So that's Wacom's data. I don't like that. I mean, what it is, what it is. If they got data that supports that, cool. And it looks like they have. So the first graph here is the waveform for Fill-Rite 2 and ceramic nib. This first graph we have right here is the waveform for that. That's the first one. The second graph we have right here is the waveform for paper and pencil. And they do look similar, right? They do look similar. I would love to see the waveform for pen on paper. That's what I would love to see. Show me the waveform for pen on paper and then compare that to the ceramic nib. That's what I like. Cause look at it. It's like indenting like a stack of papers would under the pressure of a pencil tip or a pen tip. Anyway, I thought it was very interesting. Shield against glare. They're talking about the Fill-Rite 2 fill screen right there. And it does do a good job with cutting down on glare. Yeah, Fill-Rite 2 film is the bee's knees. I do like it a lot. Well, let's go back here. We've explored that enough. All right, what else we got here in this Supernote Manta discussion here? Welcome. If you're just joining us, Rants About Tech Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. And we're talking about the A5X2 leak of the site that they built for the actual A5X2 that they're naming Manta. Like the A5X or A6X2 was Nomad, the A5X2 would be Manta. And we're just going through the site here that was put up on Reddit overnight and or last night. And just getting a good look at what the device. Now, I used this graphic in a. This graphic was available before the site was up because I used this graphic in a video of mine almost a month ago. I was talking. A matter of fact, it was the. Matter of fact, let's take. after we do this, and we're gonna take a look at that. We're gonna take a look at that video. But I was talking about how beneficial the ceramic nib was over every other nib on the market. And this is the graphic that I put up to kind of exemplify that example, to show that you can write with this nib, the ceramic nib here on the left side, for months, and it will never wear down. And then, on the right here, the first thing we have on the right is a felt nib, which is why I would never use felt. A week of using one felt nib, it looks like that for me. That's how a felt nib looks for me after a week of use. I just press down really hard all the time when writing. It's just how I write. That's how the felt nib looks after a week. And then I have to put another one in. And you can see where this is going. After like a month, I've gone through all the nibs I have, and every month I have to buy more nibs if I'm using felt. So I just went away from the felt. The second thing we have here on the right, after the felt one, is that looks like the Remarkable Paper Pro nib. That's a special nib, a carbon-filled nib that it wears down too. Mine doesn't. Now, I write hard, and I use the Remarkable Paper Pro pretty often, and mine doesn't look anywhere near that ran down. But the fact still remains is that it can be worn down. It is a consumable part. The ceramic nib for the Supernote devices are not consumable, which is why they maintain their tip and maintain their precision over extended use. Like I plan on never having to replace that nib, which is why I sell these nibs, or I sell these pens on the store, rantsaboutech.com. I got t-shirts there too, but we also got ceramic nib lammies there, custom made, because LAMY and Supernote decided not to do it. But we got some news on that. They may have decided to do it. We're gonna get to that. But until then, you can find them on rantsaboutech.com. Buy one today. Anyway, but yeah, so this is definitely a graphic that exemplifies why I go with, one of the reasons why I go with ceramic nibs over every other nib type. That's just one reason. There are tons of reasons, but that's one. Look at this. That's beautiful. That is a thing of beauty. Holy cow. Look at this, chat. Look at that. Look at that. That nib doesn't bend. It don't fold. It don't crack. That nib is super solid. That's a stand-up nib. That's a stand-up nib if I ever saw one. That nib is stand-up for sure. Okay, so it says further reduces the nib to ink distance, which is, I'm concerned about that all the time. That nib to ink distance, or the screen to ink ratio. I said that in a video a long time ago. I still want to rock with that, even though it's completely wrong. The distance is 0.12 millimeters. Why are we talking about like nanometers here? We should be talking about nanometers. Sure, everyone else talks about that distance in nanometers. Matter of fact, hey Google, convert 0.12 millimeters to nanometers.
1.12 millimeters is 0.112 centimeters.
I said nanometers, Google.
1.12 millimeters is equivalent to 1.12 times 10 to the 6 nanometers.
Oh, I hate you, Google. I really do. Let's see what.
I don't understand.
I know you don't. You see what kind of arguments I have to get into with my assistant? Does your assistant argue with you? It shouldn't. Let's go with Cliff. Hey Cliff, how's it going? Okay, hold on. I got Cliff. We got to get you on the speaker. We got to get you on the speaker, Cliff. Okay, here we go.
Yep, I'm on speakerphone now. What's up?
All right, thank you. There we go. Okay, so Cliff, can you convert 0.12 millimeters to nanometers for me?
Of course. So, there are 1,000 nanometers in a micrometer and 1,000 micrometers in a millimeter. This means there are 1 million nanometers in a millimeter. Let's convert 0.12 millimeters to nanometers. To do that, we multiply.
Hey, Cliff. I didn't want a lesson, bro. Just convert it for me, could you, please? Thank you.
I'm a bit confused. Are you trying to convert millimeters to nanometers?
Yeah. Could you just do it for me and not explain how to do it, please?
Yeah, of course. So, to convert 0.12 millimeters to nanometers, you multiply it by 1 million. That gives you 120,000 nanometers.
Oh, maybe we don't want nanometers.
How about this? Can you remind me which units you're trying?
Okay, chat. That didn't work out at all. That didn't work out at all. And if I set off anybody's device, my bad. I forgot. I gotta hit that mute button when I do that. So anyway, let's find out how everybody else refers to this. Distance units. That didn't help me at all. You know what we're gonna do? You know who I know uses this? Remarkable tells you what their pin to display distance is. And we're gonna go there. Paper Pro. Here we go. Oh, we're gonna compare. All right, there we go. Okay, here we go. Pin to display distance. What do we got here? We got 920. That's not nano. What is that? Oh God, what is that? Let's find out what that is. I thought that was nano. Clearly it's not. Micro. Damn. Okay. My bad, you guys. Okay, so we talk about micrometers. Whew. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's try it again one more time. We're going to get this right. Micrometers. Holy cow. Okay, so Cliff, can you tell me how many micrometers 0.12 millimeters is?
There are 1,000 micrometers in a millimeter. So, to convert 0.12 millimeters to micrometers, we multiply it by 1,000. That means 0.12 millimeters is equal to 120 micrometers.
Okay, so we got 120 micrometers. That's okay. So if that's the case, Jesus Christ, like, let's look at the Remarkable Paper Pro again. And thanks, chat. Micrometer is what I was looking for. Appreciate it. And bad AI on Functional Doc's part. Yes, definitely. Mr. Demeep, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Doc. All right, so we got 920 micrometers for pen to ink distance, and the Manta says it's at 120 micrometers for the nib to ink distance. Oh, you know what that means? Okay, my bad, chat. I think I know what that means. That basically means that the distance between the nib or the thickness of the Feel Right 2 film and the plastic film that covers the display, that thickness is 0.12 millimeters. So the distance between the actual ink and the nib, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Consider, if we're talking about the same distance here, right here. If we're talking about the same distance here, we got 920 for the Remarkable Paper Pro. We got 120 for the Supernote. The Rock. Listen, I got the smartest chat in eInk. Listen, I really appreciate you guys. I thought the Mu was nano. I don't know why I thought the Mu was nano. I've been thinking that for a while now. Anyway. Well, thanks for setting me straight, chat. I really appreciate that. So we got the Rock 0.12 millimeters equals 120 micrometers, which is 120,000 nanometers. So we're not dealing with nanometers. We're definitely dealing with micrometers. And it's 120 of them. And that's a big difference, right, chat? between the Remarkable Paper Pro and the Supernote? We're talking about the same distance, right? This pen to ink distance right here. And the nib to ink distance. Yeah, those are one and the same. Thanks, brother, for setting me straight on the symbol for nano. It's just the regular N. Appreciate that. I knew this stuff at one point, you guys. It gets fuzzy after 20 years of not being in school. 30, 25, 30, 25. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. I think that's a very interesting factoid right there. I care about that a lot. That's why I harped on that a bit longer than I normally would, you guys. Hope you're still with me. Front light free, true paper look in natural light. I really appreciate that. I like that as well. I made that point in my video talking about who are these devices for. Yeah, I did. So I harped on this, when I did my who are these devices for video, whether you're buying a Boox, Remarkable, or a Supernote product, like who are they for? And that's one of the things I mentioned, is that a lot of people harp on the front light, and I don't think the front light is something that I was ever looking for in an e-ink device when I went to go replace paper. Yeah, my researching days are behind me, bro. My research laboratory days are long gone. Those are fun times, though. Those are fun times. I put that knowledge to use every now and again. Every now and again. Clearly, right now, I could have and just fell apart. Organized magically. Yeah, this is one of the strengths of the Supernote platform right here. Organization. If you care about organizing your data, organizing your notes, and that's something that you want to do better with, the Supernote platform is the way to go. And I did a live stream yesterday with Ed over at Organize for Change. If you guys didn't see a live stream, go check it out. We dropped a lot of good information about the Supernote over there, and we had some good discourse as well. I had an opportunity to drop some orange bombs. That was awesome. Ed wasn't around to see it, so I had to sneak in and do it. But yeah, there were a couple of members there as well. So like I said, if you want to see a good conversation on the Supernote, that was a good live we did yesterday. But that's one of the things we talked about. Like, what device would you, if you wanted to buy a Supernote device right now today, and clearly you can't buy a 10-inch Supernote from Supernote right now. But if you wanted to buy a 10-inch device today, and the Supernote platform was the one you were trying to go with, what would you buy to replace that if you couldn't buy an A6X or A5X2? We came to the conclusion there's nothing could take its place. Nothing. It's like a Lil Wayne song. Nothing can cover for it. Like, nothing can cover for the Supernote. You're going to make sacrifices no matter what device you go with if you don't get a Supernote and you want those organizational tools. You're going to make sacrifices. Yeah, I still am a little bit. I switched to the research in eInk, no doubt. I'm an eInk researcher now. I went from researching bio, like, pain. I used to do, like, I'm credited with and a fellow for a research project that the government was like funding a while back, a long time ago. I'm not sure where they are in that research now, but I was instrumental in helping out, and I'm a published researcher for pain biosensors for government research. It was an awesome time. I don't get a lots of opportunities to throw that fact out there, but when I do, I like to throw it out there. I'm a published researcher. I do published work. Support me. No. But yeah, I think this is a good, but like I said, if there's nothing that can cover for the Supernote, if you want Supernote organizational tools, there isn't a device that comes close. Boox is making stuff. Mr. Mike says, I think I've been shadow banned. Where? From the Reddit? Let me know. But yeah, so the organizational tools are top notch. Top notch. And if you want to know what exactly I mean by that, I'm going to link a video in here. Oh, I was supposed to throw the link for the page in the chat. My bad, you guys. Here we go. Someone asked for this a long time ago, and I said I was going to get to it. That is the link for the Supernote page, if you want to see what I'm looking at right now. That's the link to the hidden page on the Supernote site. Offline friendly. So this is a point I wanted to bring up. A friend of the show, Doc, who's in the chat right now, member of the channel too. Friend of the show, member of the channel, chat aficionado. He's in is in here today, and there was a question I wanted to answer about security and doing things securely on these eInk devices. Out of all these devices, there's like I think if you want a secure device, let's talk about this for a second since we're doing offline friendly for the Supernote. Let's touch on this real quick. If you're looking for a security minded device for encryption, the Remarkable is the only encrypted device that I know of. They're the only device on the market that's doing encryption. They removed. Yeah, I was about. Well, I wasn't a bioengineer technically, DeRock. I was just there on an internship in the biochemistry lab at Binghamton University, and I was there on an internship. But what happened was they saw my work ethic and my want to actually do some real work, and so they kind of threw me into this program that they were working on. And so for 2 months I was working on. It's not a secret anymore, but it was kind of secret at the time. But I was working on a pain biosensor for the military, to where it was like a thing that you could put on your person somewhere, and it would give a readout as to what level of pain you were dealing with. I'm sure you guys are familiar. You know what? I won't go into that. Let's not do that. But anyway, yeah. So I wasn't a bioengineer at the time. I was just a lab researcher. But yeah, I do have my biology degree though. I do have that. But I'm not an engineer. But I love that work though. Some good stuff. No, I wasn't. Yeah, it was a DARPA program. It was a DARPA program. But like I said, it's not secret anymore. So I can talk about it. They've since published papers on that work since then. So it's, I can talk about it. That's why I say I'm a published researcher, because my name is attached to that document. Anyway, so yeah, that is one thing that I thought was cool, and I wanted to mention security on these eInk devices. So Remarkable Paper Pro does encryption. Actually, go and look at that. I don't know if they specifically talk about encryption on their device, but we're going to find out. Listen, when I pulled up the sidebar over here, it looked like the Ratta site, and I was like, "Whoa, am I on Ratta?" That looks just like Ratta's sidebar. Anyway, we are trying to search for encryption, and I don't think. I don't think they specifically mention encryption. I read this on a blog somewhere though, that they are encrypting information on the Remarkable Paper Pro. I'm not sure about the Remarkable 2. But I'm almost certain. That looks interesting. Let's just pull that up. I'm not finding it here. Yeah, I don't see it here. And there's, what, let's just do a quick search. encrypted. All right, so Remarkable Paper Pro. Now, I'm almost certain they're encrypted. So it now seems that the Remarkable Pro comes with encrypted local and cloud storage, but I have not been able to establish whether the MDM capability is part of the package as well. Now, that's a good question. So it does look like it is. I mean, like I said, I was just looking for some confirmation, but I've read that somewhere reputable that it is encrypted. So I think that it's safe to say that the Remarkable Paper Pro is encrypted. It won't let you say hard names. That's so funny. Mr. Mike, dude. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So, with that being the case, the only other device I would feel safe with having data on is the Supernote device for the reason they just mentioned here in the Manta thing. It's offline friendly, right? You can handle all your updates offline. You can download them to a thumb drive and then put the thumb drive in your device and update that way. You never have to have the device online. You don't even have to be signed into an account for handwriting recognition, any of that stuff. Yeah. All right. So Functional Doc says Remarkable 2 encrypted. Yeah. And he says he asked them. So I think it's, I mean, like I said, I read it somewhere in their marketing in a blog that they did that their device was encrypted, the new one. I was just looking for some kind of confirmation for someone to actually say that because I couldn't find it off the top. But yeah, but the Supernote to me would be a safe buy. I would not take a Boox product into a secure facility or a facility to where and put sensitive data on a device, on a Boox device. I just wouldn't do it. Like if you're working in an industry like insurance, healthcare, military, I would not put any of my sensitive information on a Boox device. They're great devices, not for security though. The new Ratta device is 10 point. We'll look at that. It's 10.7 inches for the screen. It's a 10.7 inch device, so slightly bigger than the Go 10.3. And I think the reason for that is because it's a Mobius display, and they don't make 10.3 inch Mobius displays. They only make 10.7 inch Mobius displays. Typically, when you see a 10.7 inch screen, it's going to be Mobius, because else it would be a 10.3 inch screen. Like no one's going to accidentally pay more for that Mobius display just to have a 10 inch screen. Anyway, so yeah, so Doc, I definitely think that the most secure device that you never have to go online with would be the Supernote. It's not encrypted, right? But who cares? If you never have to put it online for any reason, always keep it offline. You wouldn't even need it to be encrypted at that point. I've never put a password on this thing, so I'm not even sure if it has password capability. But if it has a password protected, let's take a look. If it has a password protected, never put it online, do all your updates over USB, you're golden. That would be my suggestion to anybody who's concerned about data security on eInk devices. The first thing would be don't buy a Boox device, because just don't. That's the least secure, I think, of all the devices of the big three. Of the big three. The Remarkable Paper Pro would be a good choice for secure documents if if you're okay with it being online, because it has to be online for a lot of the stuff, a lot of the functionality, and to get updates, it has to be online. The Supernote never has to be online. Never. It literally can act as just a piece of paper. You know what I mean? It's never going to be exposed to anybody. Like there's never an accidental exposure of your data, because it literally never has to be online for any reason. Handwriting recognition or syncing or updates. All those can be done over USB. Let's go to the chat real quick. We got eInk Unplugged with that. What I just answered the size for what the new A5X2 size is going to be. 10.7 inches. Duroc says almost certain Boox, at least the Go 10.3, is encrypted due to Android. Just tested. When off and pin is set in storage, it is not accessible. Okay. Yeah, but the pushback I'd have with the 10.3 being encrypted, like Duroc says, is that it's encrypted by due to the fact that it's Android. I don't think Android 13. I mean, what Android number will be on the 10.3? I think it's what, 11 or 12. I don't think it's 13, right? We're not on 13, which is not. It's not gonna receive. It doesn't, get security updates anymore. I mean, not that version, right? Good point. But if they have access to your machine, yeah. I guess I'm thinking of more of online storage there. So Duroc says, yeah, but if storage isn't encrypted, someone could take your machine and plug it in and take whatever sensitive info they want. That's if it's not locked, right? And that's what I was trying to figure out, because I don't lock these devices, only the fingerprint reader. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Yeah. So you can put a pass. So obviously passcodes are a thing on here, and you can put passcodes on there. I just never used it, so I just wasn't sure what that looked like. You can even set passwords for files. So you can set password for files and the whole device. So yeah, that's a thing. So that's a thing. Okay. Wow, I thought I lost the site. Phew. All right, so let's continue on here. But yeah, like I was saying though, I think that's, if you're looking for security, it's not encrypted, right? The Supernote's not encrypted, but it never has to be online. Your data never has to be susceptible to the online ecosystem. Like it never has to be a thing. And I get that the Remarkable is encrypted, but if it's online, it's susceptible to some kind of intrusion. And I think like I said, I just think that if your device is never online, it's safer than having. If your device is stolen, then all this is a moot point, right? If your device is stolen, your data, even if it's, I want to say, even if it's, no, maybe not. Yeah, this all depends on your device not being stolen, right? So if we're talking about just your device being with you and what's the safest to have, if it's stolen, it's out of your hands, like, right? Lots of things can happen. Even with encrypted information, lots of things can happen, right? So unless you got a quantum computer that's doing the encryption for you, I think you're still susceptible to some degree. But if you have your device, now we're talking about that. I just think that that's the most secure. But if the Go 10.3 has, let's try to figure out what Android it has. I think it's working with Android 11. Oh, it doesn't say what version. So it doesn't say what version of Android it's running on here. It's version 12. So it is Android 12. So let's figure out if Android 12 is getting security updates. Oh, so yes. All right, we're good to go then. We're good to go. Okay. So there we go. I like getting questions and then finding answers. That's awesome. So yeah, good to go. So 12 is getting security updates. So the 10.3 will be encrypted. The Viwoods is encrypted as well. Now, I guess you know what, guys. All right, you tell me. You tell me. Like, I think maybe my opinion is skewed on this. What do we think, chat? Is it more important to have your data encrypted and able to but has to go online for whatever, or a device that doesn't have to go online at all but isn't encrypted? What's better? What do we got, chat? Throw it in the chat for me. If anyone has an opinion on this, throw it in the chat for me. Let's get to the bottom of this. Doc, we're getting to the bottom of this today. While those votes come in, we'll go back to the site. All right, so offline real-time handwriting recognition, which is what I just said. A lot of devices you have to be online for handwriting recognition. Some devices you have to be online and logged into an account. So this, like I said, you never have to be online with this. I love it. Okay, I take issue with this. Ratta, what are you doing? I take issue with this. What is this? Like, I'm about to throw something up in the chat. I don't have my own emoji. Like, I have one emoji for members, and this is it, right here. For those of you who don't know what that is, let's show it in the chat. There it is, right there in the chat. For those of you who don't know what that is, let me get rid of this real quick. Okay, cool. That is called the gesture hammer. I debuted that gesture hammer on a video I did about the Supernote gestures and how garbage they are. Oh my goodness. The worst. They're unreliable. I'll do a real-time demonstration here after we read all of the the marketing here. Let's go back to it. Efficient gestures. All right. First, we're going to go with the dual sliders. Oh, you can't even. Okay, here we go. Jay, what's going on, Jay? How's it going, brother? I haven't seen any oranges today. That's the first orange I've seen all day. We're getting that orange emoji. We're getting that orange emoji for sure. So yeah, that's the only emoji I have is that gesture hammer, and we're about to talk about why. So dual sidebars. Okay, here we go. Dual sidebars. Let's look at the video. They got a video that accompanies this. Now that works beautifully. Quick access, I love it. That is the bee's knees. Now this right here is where things get sketchy. Oh, whoa. 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 Chat. I was expecting that left sidebar to be undo and redo. Was anyone else surprised by what just happened? Let's see it again. Let's see it again. What is that? What is that? Is that the page view? Yep. Yep. Page view. Okay. All right. All right, chat. Maybe they fixed the gestures. That used to be an undo redo slide. Like that left side used to be undo and redo. We'll do a demonstration. Oh, where's my pen? Oh, there it is. All right, so we'll do a demonstration. I like demonstrations on the Supernote. What do we got? Oh, whoa. This is my note to Dan. They did. They heard my rant. I'm telling you, companies are listening. I didn't think they were. They clearly are. They clearly are. I'm glad. That helps everybody. So this, like, if I just write something up here, this sidebar over here used to just be like undo, redo. So I can slide up to undo that and slide down to redo it. Right. So that's the functionality now of this. I guess the new one is a little bit different, but let me show you the gestures I have a problem with here. Let's just demonstrate this. So this is functionality of this particular device, right? So I can write something right here. Hi. Now I should be able to put 2 fingers on the screen and circle this, and you can. Oh boy. Oh, it's working. It's working fine now. Oh, it's working good now. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. You see that? Let's go back again. 2 fingers on, circling, it didn't work. See, it's just inconsistent. All right, let's try wider fingers. That didn't work. We'll try narrower fingers. Fingers real close together. That didn't work. It's just finicky, right? It's just a finicky thing. Let's just keep trying it. Okay, you see what I'm saying? It's super finicky. Super finicky. Now I gotta see if I can. Oh, now I gotta do a stroke erase. Let's find a stroke erase. I'm so glad there's a stroke erase in here. You know what platform doesn't have a stroke erase? Remarkable. Whoa. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? Their Supernote stroke erase is this line. Okay, so yeah, it's a stroke erase. So Supernote has a stroke erase, but the Remarkable platform does not have a stroke erase. That bothers the crap out. You know how many times I wish I'm like waving my hand in the air, screaming, like stroke erase for the Remarkable. Do it, Remarkable. Just do it. Like that's the most frustrating part of the Remarkable right now for me. No stroke erase. Okay, all right. What were we talking about now? Oh, let's go to the chat real quick. Because I've been ignoring the chat right now. I've been on a rant, didn't see it. Okay, so Jay says, "Oh yeah, I commented this on Edge stream yesterday, but Roger, I had no idea you were a bench scientist." You agree with me that there is a wide open market for eInk electronic lab notebooks? Yes. Why, dude? I'm a researcher at heart. I'm a researcher at heart, and this intrigues me as a researcher, which is why I'm putting a lot of time into researching Wacom standards, how they work, how to build my own. Like these are things I'm seriously considering and in the process of doing. Because it's wide open. Wide. It's so many products I can think of right now that would not just benefit me, but yeah, me and other people that just aren't on the market and no one's even interested in making them. Jay, you know, bro. You know. Like I'm about to be out here. I'm definitely about to be out here. Products, they coming. Amanda, I bought the Nomad for my wife, and I am confused by the various eraser options. Is there not a lasso eraser on the toolbar at all? There isn't a lasso erase. Oh, there isn't a lasso erase. There is. Lau, how's it going? So let's take a look at that real quick before we hop back. This is gonna be a long live stream today. I might go for 3 hours today. This is gonna be long because I haven't gotten through half of the Manta Site yet. But here we go. So Amanda, what we have here is it's not they don't have a lasso erase in the toolbar. Let's just get down here real quick. There we go. All right, that's a lot better. All right, so there's not a lasso erase in the toolbar as you can see here, but if you pick, that is a lasso erase. Yeah, there is a lasso erase. So this box right here, below the eraser, is the lasso erase. The stroke erase is what I was concerned about, but the lasso erase is a stroke erase. So if you click on the lasso erase, let me go here, do this, do that, make this line over there. If those are intertwined lines right there that I just made, if I take the lasso erase and I go over just that section over here, you see how I erased the whole stroke? So the lasso erase is also a stroke erase. Brilliant. That is so brilliant. It's a twofer. And who doesn't like a twofer? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it does have a lasso erase. The only product that I've tested that doesn't have a lasso erase at all of any type is Remarkable. And it hurts me so bad. It really does. It's painful. I'm hurt right now over it. What else do we got here? Oh yeah, chat. Amanda says, sorry, stroke erase, not lasso. So yeah, all right, now stroke erase. So now you see there is a stroke erase. The lasso erase is a stroke erase, Amanda. So enjoy. Amanda said, maybe I did mean lasso erase. Lack of Amanda, have your coffee, okay? Matter of fact, where's my coffee? Let me have a. Now you've caused me to want coffee. Have your coffee, Amanda, and we'll talk about this after. Okay, all right. Amanda says, oh man, thanks for the demo. That has been driving me crazy. No problem, Amanda. That's what I'm here for. Lau says, sorry, I missed the beginning. Have you talked about the Note Max yet? Nope, haven't talked about the Note Max. It's coming. You haven't missed the thing yet. So what we got here? Let's go back to the Manta now that we've gotten that out of the way. So that's my problem with the gestures. You guys saw, like, they don't work that well for me. Like, they don't. You know what is reliable though? This is the only reliable gesture on the Supernote platform to me. Oh yeah. LAMY pen. Supernote ceramic nib. They're in the store. Get yours today. It's the only one like it on the market right now. We got news that there may be one coming, but we'll see. We'll get there. We're getting there. Like this particular thing right here is like the only reliable thing. So let's just do this. Whoa, wrong one. So we'll just make a circle here. And if you use two fingers on the border here, that works reliably. I don't care how I touch this, it just works. But that's a selection, not erase. So that always works. It's the touching of the screen that's finicky. And to me, that's more valuable to me. I don't want to have to hit this perfectly right here. I just want to be able to touch anywhere on the screen and get my erase on. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, Oh, it worked that time. Whoa. It does work when you least expect it. Not when you want it to. When you don't care if it works, it works. When you care that it needs to work, when it needs to work. When you absolutely have to have something erased. Oh, you can forget it. You can forget it. Anyway, yeah, I love this nib. Oh, I love it. They talk about how precise this is, and they talk about the precision of this ceramic nib on their site. But, yeah, let's get back to that, by the way. So that's my problem with them saying efficient gestures, chat. You see that? If they were efficient, would I have had that problem? Probably not. So let's go ahead and do the whoa. And then they mention the two finger gestures. Let's get there, chat. Let's do it. Let's look at it. What are they saying? Oh, that's not two finger gesture. That's a sidebar. Come on. Dude, all right, there we go. Two finger gesture. There we go. Chat, did it work that way for me? Chat, did it work that way for me? Did y'all saw that, right? Let's see it again. Oh, is that what you do? Two fingers and then you circle? Oh, like that. And then it erases? Is that what it does? Oh, that's funny. That's odd. That's a bit weird. Let's try this again here. Oh, it does work. Oh boy. Why doesn't it work up there? That's the problem. See, like, it's like, oh, we will work at the bottom of the screen. If you need to erase them at the top, I can't help you. This is terrible. Let me just go back. The stroke erase is a genius. It's a stroke of genius is what it is. The stroke erase is a stroke of genius. Like, is that what it is, Supernote? Because I don't know. That doesn't work like that for me. It's inconsistent. It could be better. That's all I'm saying. That my problem with this is it says efficient. I did it like 8 times. How efficient is that efficiency? No, it's not. I don't know why that's the thing, but they say it's efficient. Highly inefficient. I wish I could write over that and put in right there. Anyway, 2-finger gesture for non-disruptive erasing. Non-disruptive? I don't have a lot of hair, but whenever I choose to do that, I'm pulling hair out like work. But you know what I do? I get frustrated and I just go to the toolbar. I get frustrated, I go to the toolbar, everything's fine. My stress level goes down. But why? Jay says that gesture inconsistency is extremely weird. LOL. It is. It is very weird. Lau says it's efficient in theory. Yes, in theory. And I'm somebody who deals with a lot of theory, has dealt with a lot of theory in his life. My theories go nothing like this. So anyway, let's do undo and redo shortcut. So they've clearly changed this. Whoa, what? Wait, Whoa, stop. Chat. Did we not just see that gesture in the dual sidebar thing? Let's look at that again. This is the first one. Now he's going to go to the left side and it's going to pull up the pages. Okay, now you go to the left side and it pulls up the undo redo. My dude. All right, okay. Okay, maybe it's configurable in the settings. You can just change what that does in the settings. Okay, maybe that's a thing. Maybe. Still inconsistent. Still inefficient too. All right, sketch professionally. So suppose if there's been a new Atelier app. Did I say that correctly? I'm not French. I think I like to think that like my French Creole background would help me say French words. It doesn't. It doesn't. But there's a new drawing app they have with it that's coming out. But I think that's been released in beta. It's not released for everybody, but it is in beta right now, so it is coming to everybody soon. I don't use the drawing app on the Supernote. It's just a note taker for me. But if they make something truly incredible with it, then I might use it. You know? Stationary Beauty, Heart of Metal 2. So no Heart of Metal 3. We got no Heart of Metal 3 coming here that the site produces anyway. If you don't know, Supernote makes the best pens in the game. They make the best. Ooh, Lau says in the comments, maybe there's a difference in pressure for the sidebar. That would be very interesting. We already see that Supernote or Ratta don't mind doing a twofer on the settings. The lasso erase being the stroke erase and the lasso erase, that's a twofer. I love that. Give me twofers all day. I like things that can do more than one thing. It's nuanced, but I like it. Push-up pen with a retractable mechanism. Best standard pen in eInk right here. The best standard pen in eInk. If you don't believe me, you better ask somebody. Ask Jay. Jay'll tell you. The best standard pen in eInk, that push-up pen is. I don't know what to tell you other than that. Like, it's the best. Seamless workflow. Sync, email, Word, calendar, to do, all optimized and integrated. The calendar for the Supernote is integrated with to-dos. I talked about this yesterday on Ed's live stream. How the calendar to-dos are just the information sharing between the Notes app, the calendars, and the to-dos app. Brilliant. Just brilliant. I mean, it's just really nice. It's just really nice. What do we got here? Supernote Manta long-term value. Oh, now we get into the stats here. I think we get into the end of this site here, you guys. Oh, one more thing about this thing, the pen. Clickable. Feels like a pen. That's why I say they should have been pushing for the pen on paper feel, not the pencil on paper. Like, Ratta, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just, you got pens, bro. Make pen on paper feel. Leave the pencil to Remarkable, okay? Just leave that to them. And then Boox can just take whatever's in the middle. They don't care. Felt. They'll do a felt pencil. They don't care. Like, they don't, like, come on, man. This is the best. I love this pen. I wish I could put different nibs in it, though. That's the thing. It'll only fit their ceramic nib. It's not like any other pen where you could take out the nib and replace it with something else that you like better or worse, or you just want to ruin your life with something that doesn't work at all. I do it from time to time. It's fun. It's a good time. But you can't do that with the Supernote pen. That's the only downside to it. So like I was saying, you can't, all the information for the Notes app, the calendar, and the To-Dos app, they all share information. They're like all combined. They're the separate apps, but I love that. Apple used to do that with their Apple Newton 2100 message pad back in the day. Every app on that device shared information with every other app. So so my Notes app knew what was in my calendar. Right? So if I wrote a date on the let's go to this thing here. We'll go up here. So we can see something while I'm talking. There we go. So if I had a date, if I wrote a date down in my notepad, followed by some information, it would instantly know that that's something that it wants to remember and maybe put into the calendar. And it would just give you that option to put that information into your calendar. When you wrote something in your calendar, the calendar app wasn't writable. That just stored information. But that was a cool thing. Like if I wrote someone's name, right? And if I wrote someone's name on a note, the system would know that name and recognize that name from someone in my contacts and then ask me if I want to insert other information about this person in there. That information would just be there in a little window for me to look at and glean other information from this person's contact info. That was just a beautiful thing. Like it just shared information like that. So it knew when you needed information from another app, and it could just go and get that information and surface it for you to see if you wanted to do something with it, since you were referencing it in some way. I love that. I think that's where the Supernote is pushing towards. I really do. There was a project after the Apple's Message Pad 2100 was discontinued. There was a project called the Einstein Project, where there was open source and independent developers who were trying to take that Newton Message Pad 2100 software and put it on other devices to kind of keep it alive, because it was such a groundbreaking idea and way to go about handling it. They called it soup. They called the technique for integrating all the app's information, they called it soup, which I thought was very interesting. So the Einstein Project and soup, if you want to dig a little bit. Anyway, back to the manta ray here, or I said manta ray, it's just a manta. We're down at the bottom here. We're down at the stats, so we can just take a look at this. So for screen, we got Durable, flexible screen, about 2 times the cost of glass, plus the Feel Right 2 self-recovery soft film. So 2 times the cost of glass. So yeah, that's where the extra cost is coming from. And I don't mind that. Let's go to the chat real quick. We got Jay says it's really good, yeah, and he's referencing the standard pen for the Supernote. It is that clicky pen is. I wish it was. People are like, I don't like it so clicky. I wish it was more clicky. Give me more click. Lau says it makes so much sense to integrate calendar and to-dos. I hope Boox borrows some of those ideas too. It makes so much, not just calendar and events, but like what I just mentioned in that example, contacts. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff, if you integrate it all, they're all talking. They all know when you need information and can surface it for you at a time when you need it. That's brilliant. Mike Osmond, my pet peeve. Why can't we attach a note to a future date in calendar? Instead of calendar shows the notes on days they are created. Are we talking about on the Supernote platform? Because on the Boox platform, that's how it works. You make a note or a memo for a day, it shows up in the memo on the day that you wrote it down for. So if I wanted a memo to pop up on my notes calendar or my Boox calendar for the 12th, telling me to pick up milk from the grocery store, that note would surface itself in my widgets on the 12th, reminding me or showing me that I wrote the note, pick up milk from the grocery store. So that's how the calendar app in the Boox on the Boox platform works. Supernote doesn't work like that. Although I wish it did. For sure. All right, let's get back. Whoops. There we go. Ooh, wrong one. Perfect. Okay. So next thing we got up here is the pen. Ceramic nib that won't wear out, replace free and recharge free. So you don't have to recharge the pen. You never have to replace the nib. Beautiful. Nibs wear out easily and require frequent purchase for replacements. They do. I've been saying that for a long time. I think they watched my videos and was like, yeah, that guy's right. We should take some of his key points and put them in our presentation. Listen, I've spotted multiple things in this website here. This graphic right here, I used this graphic over a month ago. I've never seen Supernote use this graphic. Not that they haven't. I'm just saying. This point, they don't market that. Like they will about the pens. Come on. I'm the pen marketer. Software. Well, actually, we got repairability. Modular components for easy repair and future upgrades. Less e-waste. Totally agree with that. Hard to repair and requires future or whole device purchase, more e-waste. And they're talking about all the others, the competition when we get into the second column here. Warranty 2 years. Most others 1 year. Community. Vibrant communities where the official team co-create with users. Prioritize existing users over potential. Chat. Y'all see this? Hold on. Hold on. Prioritize existing users over potential. What? That ring a bell? Chat, does that ring a bell? Oh my goodness. Maybe that's why this is what Mulan put in that post that we've all been talking about for the last week. Holy cow. That is so funny. Prioritize existing users over potential ones. That's exactly how Mulan, that ain't verbatim how she phrased her response, right? But those were the vibes. Am I wrong? Those were the exact vibes. So listen, that ain't Mulan speaking. So clearly that wasn't her like lashing out. That's the company stance. If you ain't got a Supernote, kick rocks. Get out of our subreddit. We don't care about you potential users. You can potential your way right out of this conversation. That was hilarious. That was I needed that laugh. I needed that. That was awesome. All right, see Supernote in real life. Let's go to the chat real quick. um, Mike says, "Oh no, we got G up here. Oh yeah, Jay says I brought up the why can't I turn stars into to dos with the Supernote chief chat officer, and I don't think he understood I meant into any to do app, not just Supernote to do app. Yeah, true. I mean that would just be the thing. You know what? People were using stars as to dos before the to do app came out. That's how people were using the stars. People were putting stars by stuff in their notes as like ways to go back and see, okay, what do I need to do? Anything a star is by is a to do, and those pages are put in a separate sheet. All right, so Mike says yes, one Supernote would be helpful for meeting agendas. Yeah, it would be. It would be for the calendar app. Yeah, definitely, Mike. I agree. Like I said, Supernote does that. Not Supernote, but the Boox products do that. But not the Supernote. Jay says, pay the man Supernote. Exactly. You can give me a consulting fee. It's okay. I'll take it. If you're listening, Ratta, I'll take that consulting fee. Jay says, oh my God, LOL. He must have been referring to that comment about potential users. Lau says, LOL, I saw that too and laughed. Yeah, that is hilarious. Doc says, knockout punch by Ratta. It was, for sure. They meant that too. Clearly, they doubled down on it. They're doubling down on that. Jay says, I'm getting over being sick, and this has sent me into a coughing fit. That was hilarious, dude. I couldn't believe I saw that. That was gold. It's a lot. Listen, this chat, this live stream right here is full of gold. Peanut butter on jelly on gold. All right, one more chat. The Rock says the Manta is the A5X2, right? That bump in the rear though, is that for the USB port? Yeah. All right, let's just look at that real quick. Yeah, so the Manta is, and these are just real quick. Let's finish this site off. Yeah, these are the last thing we got is the pictures. So these are the pictures of the A5X2 Manta in the wild. Yeah, as you can see here in this picture right here, there's two bumps. There's one on the left and there's one on the right. The one on the right is for the power cord. The one on the left is the actual power button, which I think Ratta does that the right way. They put both of those things on the top of the device where they should be. It only makes sense in that spot. When you guys see these ports in any other places, they're making concessions. Boox just does ridiculous things with their power ports, though. It's just, I'm tired of even complaining about where they put theirs. It's just ridiculous. Let's look at that though. Let's go back up front and look at that, the Manta floating, because I like that. That's a beautiful little GIF. That is very nice. I thought it might have been too organic at first, but the more I see it, the more I'm like, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And it's an apt reference too. It works really well for the device. It works really well for the device. I mean, yeah, that right there is very nice. Yeah, they did a good job. Jay says, "Yep, agree. Literally no reason to put it anywhere else. There isn't. They do that to spite me for sure. They're like, you know what we're gonna do just to make him upset? We're gonna put the power button on the back of the device like Apple does that magic mouse. Make everyone mad." They pull the Apple. Apple does the most ridiculous thing with that magic mouse, and they put the power cable or power port on the bottom. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, that's it. I'm still amazed at this price point. That is extremely competitive for the Ratta's point and makes me worry about them as a company a bit less if it holds up. Yeah. That's an extremely aggressive price point for this device. With the Mobius display, I don't think they're going to add the folio, right? That's going to be, you got to pay for the folio and the pen separately for sure. But that's extremely aggressive. Because think about it, the Viwoods AI paper is selling for $4.99, right? And I've been saying this for a long time. The Viwoods has the screen that the A5X2 is going to have, except it's going to feel better because the Feel Right 2 film, and the software is going to be better, like without a doubt. I mean, I haven't even jumped into the Viwood software yet. Like I'm still diving into it, but I'm here to tell you, like it's just my initial, like just dive in. It's not like it's got some work to do. They've got work to do. The redundancies are ridiculous on the Viwoods. That's one thing I can say. I can't say much about anything else, but I can say the redundancies are crazy. They went overboard with the redundancies. A lot of their apps are just could have been a lot of their apps could have been templates in the Notes app. Why do you need a Meetings app? Why do we need a Pics app? That could have just been. Those are just screenshots. Like, what are we doing? Throw all that stuff in one folder. Like the redundancies are just ridiculous with that device. I'm trying to find ways that it makes sense, but I haven't found it yet. Going back to the chat, we got Jay says Ratta Sport. Yep, I understood you, brother. Lau says the pricing is impressive considering a Mobius screen. Yes, absolutely. Especially considering, like I said, the Viwoods is $500 right now. They're undercutting Viwoods. Mobius plus Car 1300, that is very competitive. And yep, Viwoods is $499, except that's theoretically a deal and not even retail. Well, like, can we be real about this? Like, they were never going to sell that device at $800. That was never in the cards for them. They knew that. That was just, they were allowed to do that because it was Kickstarter. Lau says they're hoping to sell a lot, I guess. They are. Lau, they're not going to be able to keep these things in stock. It's going to be hard for them to keep these things in stock. For sure. I'm already anticipating that. Yeah, so we have the Viwood spot here. They're beating it with the weight though, man. That's the only thing. You know, like well, that is with the case though. We don't know what it's like without the case. So maybe it could be a lot lighter. Yeah, it's they were never, let's be clear, they were never going to sell this device at $800. That was never in the cards. All right. Okay, so oh my goodness. So that's why this dude was complaining about I didn't put a link for the nib replacements in the thing. Dude, it's Viwoods. Like, you got the internet, search it. Like, I don't like promoting like products because people think it's like, if you know what, I get the feeling that people think it's affiliate links, and so I don't do that a lot. But I've started putting links in the description to make it easier for people to do that. But that's why I didn't do it initially. So $549 for the pricing for this thing, and then you get 31% discount. So what does that bring it down to? What are we looking at? Oh no, that is whoa. So it's not $499, chat. It's $549 right now. Whoa. So they raised it $50. The last time I checked this, it was $499. Chat, back me up on that. Can anybody else concur with that? That it was $499 the last time they checked the Viwoods price. That's crazy. So anyway, that's the A5X2, you guys. We got more to talk about though. We're not nearly done here. We're not even close to being done here today. Should we save this to tomorrow though? Lau says, will it be better than the Go 10.3? Will this Supernote be better than the Go 10.3? Let's find out. So let's talk about it. Yes. No. All right. So this is my thought on it. This is my thoughts on this information we have today. Will it be better than the Go 10.3? As you all know, the Go 10.3. Let me pull it up over here. Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. All right. As we know, the Go 10.3 is what I would consider the best representation of eInk that we have right now. I've said that for a long time. I think I've always felt that way. I'm just trying to find it right now. Oh, here it is. So it's long been my opinion that the Go 10.3. Let me get the orientation right here. Is the best representation of eInk that we have right now. Let's get this up here. So why do I say that? It has. Oh, let's go to the comments because we got some juicy ideas here. Jay says, "Lau, good question. I think it depends on better than the Go 10.3 for what?" And that's what we're about to get into. That's a good point, Jay. Mr. Demib says, "Viwoods still $4.99 on Amazon after $90 coupon." Yeah, their site got it at $5.49. That's I saw it at $4.99 on their actual site not too long ago. We're talking about days. Lau says at Jay, reading papers book. Okay, you guys handling that. All says, I don't think this was accidentally leaked. It was diverted. It has diverted all the negative comments. Yeah, definitely. I think that this definitely did that. Like the mood on Reddit has definitely changed, right? And they didn't need to leave it up long either, because it's as you said. I put the link in the chat earlier, and it's gone. Like you can't even have access to it. I think I only have access to it still because it's saved in the cache. But yeah. So like, who knows? Jay says reading papers and books. The Supernote reader app needs help. It does. Taking notes, Boox is doing better in general, but it's still not Supernote level. True. I agree with everything Jay just said. But let me expound on that. So, will this Manta be better? Let's go back just to have that graphic up there while I'm talking. The Supernote Manta is it going to be better than the Go 10.3? And Jay hit the nail on the head when he said it depends. My thought has always been this, but let me say this right up front. The Go 10.3 to me is the best example of eInk we have right now. And I say this because not because it has the best screen, not because it has the best software, not because it has the best speakers, mic, or pen, or anything like that. As a complete package, this device right here, to me, is the best eInk device on the market as a complete package. It's to me, it's the one eInk device to rule them all. To me, you start here in your search, right? You start here and say, all right, now I'm looking at the Go 10.3. Will it do what I need it to do? Yes? Okay. Do I need all of what it does? You know what I mean? I think you start here, in all honesty, because it does so much. And not just that it does so much, the eInk looks so good. The design looks so good. It's just that device for me. Now, it has a good e-reader. Some might say the best. It has a really good note-taking app. Some might call that the best. I don't particularly think it's the best, but some might say it's the best. My bad, you guys. I don't know why these balloons are falling. I got to get this thing out of my options. I haven't figured it out yet. Hopefully next week. No, this week. As far as the Go 10.3 goes, the design, to me, it copies the best design in eInk right now, which to me is still the best design in eInk, which is the Remarkable 2. Nothing has come along to dethrone that design-wise for me. That's still the best. And this copied that design. So design-wise, it's good. Build quality, like I said, it's not remarkable level build quality or design, but it's based on that thing, and it does a really good job of both of those in both those areas, design and build quality. It ain't the best, really good though. It's not the best in any one particular area for me, but it's really good in those areas. And as a package, when you combine all of those things, I think the Go 10.3 is just an amazing product. Now, when you say, I'm not looking for an all-arounder. I don't need the best that eInk has to offer right now. I just need a really good note-taking device. That's when we can start talking about other devices. Because to me, the best note-taking device is the Supernote platform. I don't care which one you get, the Nomad or the Manta that was just announced. Or they haven't even announced it yet, which we're going to talk about that too. So yeah, let's get to the chat real quick before I go on. Mike Osmond says, about to be some great eBay deals on Nomad soon. You all right. I'm keeping mine. I'm not selling mine. It's going to go in my bag, though. It'll probably never see my office again. It's going to go in my bag and stay there for like when I'm on the run and when I want. Because the smaller one fits perfectly into my car's console. So when I'm at a red light, I have an idea. I just pull it out, write it down, throw it back in the console. We're off. We're off. Allow says, Jay, I don't know. Okay, that's the J. I'll leave that alone. All says, I sold my A5X because I want the larger screen on the Note Max. I have no doubt the Supernote Manta will be excellent. Will be an excellent device. That's interesting. All. You sold your A5X? You should have told me. I would have bought that thing. I would have bought that thing for sure. We got it. Okay, Mr. Damib says he's talking to all. I'll let you guys handle that. Jay says, but if they start selling these as heavy as we think, they will be able to dump a ton of money into software dev, and a lot of things could get way better fast. True. That's true. They are going to sell a lot of them. I think they're going to sell so many of these that there's going to be a shortage. Like I'm telling you guys, if you want one of these, be ready to buy one when it's announced because they won't last long. Jay says Boox Notes app is the most full-featured, has shapes, text boxes, but it struggles UX-wise. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. When you want to handle your notes quickly and efficiently, the Supernote platform or the Remarkable, their UI is really swift and snappy and efficient. The Supernote's really good. The Boox device to me has the best editing tools. If you want to edit in a UI-less, like you just want your device to look like a piece of paper with no UI elements showing, you can do that with a Boox product because the scribbles allow you to delete, select, you know what I mean? All that stuff with just the pen. They're gestures for the pen. No other platform has pen gestures. That's the saving grace for the Boox note-taking platform to me. That's the only thing that gives me pause about calling Supernote the best note-taking platform. Is because the scribbles are so good. But then I have to take into the account that the organization is so bad now the scribbles don't matter. You know what I mean? The organization of Supernote is just that good. Back to the chat, we got The Rock says PDF reading, annotations, and notes are excellent on the go. I prefer it to reading on a proper laptop or tablet. Me too. I absolutely push everything I can read to these eInk tablets. I don't want to look at nothing on a tablet or a laptop or LCD screen unless I absolutely have to. Editing is all I want to do on LCD screens these days. That's if I can reduce my LCD usage to just editing, I'm doing good for myself. The Rock said, or all says, haha, I promised to my college. Oh, okay. You're still talking to Jay there. Jay says, oh God, there's absolutely going to be an A5X2 shortage, isn't there? Yes, there is. There's definitely going to be an A5X2 shortage. You can guarantee that. This thing's going to sell like hotcakes. Like hotcakes, especially at that price. I thought it was $479. It's $459. That's almost $100 cheaper than the Viwoods. Viwoods better get with the program. Oh, my brother said I sent you a text and link on how to turn off the Mac OS reactions. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate that, brother. That's I researched it briefly a couple times and just I gave up after like 2 seconds of not being able to find an answer. I'm impatient sometimes. But yeah, so that's the thing there, right? Now I'm gonna got through with the chat. All right, chat. I'm gonna leave it up to you. Should we continue on because we got more A5X2, or should we save this to tomorrow? Should we save some of this juiciness to tomorrow, or should we get all the juicy out right now? I'll leave it up to the chat because we're already pushing 2 hours right now. And with what I have left, we could push another 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's middle of the day. People got work. And we could definitely do this tomorrow because there's lots of information here to talk about, to unpack. And lives, I do it every day, so I don't mind. Until we figure that out, though, I'm gonna get rid of some. I'm gonna get to some small news here that I wanted to talk about. But yeah, again, if you guys want to see more of the A5X news tomorrow, that would be great. Jay says, I say onward and upward. All right, what say you, chat? What say you, chat? We got Jay. Hey, Doc. Also, Doc, did I help with your question about the security? Doc says juice to orange. Okay, cool. We going ahead. All right. What else we got here? Oh yeah. Your boy reached 40,000 subs. I reached 40,000 subs, so thank you. Thanks everyone for watching the videos. I know a couple of people in the chat last time I mentioned this was like, oh, I'm gonna go watch I'm just gonna go put the videos on replay. Somebody did. A few people did. Thank you. We got over that 40,000 view threshold, so I appreciate everybody. Where the air horns at? Where the air horns at for this? Gotta get those air horns out there. So yeah, we did it. We did it. Your boy's going to CES. I'll be in Vegas. I'm trying to get there on the 5th. Trying to get there on the 5th. Oh, thank you for letting me know I answered your question there, Doc. I appreciate that. Word, hit the air horn for 40,000 views. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, like I was super happy when I woke up and saw that. So I took the screenshot, sent the information off for my CES registration. So we're good to go. Your boy will be in CES. So we did it. We did it. But yeah, now that I know we're going on, let's continue on. So before we get to the big news, so there was some talk of a ceramic nib LAMY being released by Supernote. Now, like I said, you guys, I'm gonna say it again right here. Oh, whoa, wrong thing. Your boy got pencils or pens for sale. Ceramic nib LAMYs for sale on the site. Oh, how do I get down there? On the site, rantsaboutTech.com. Check it out. Ceramic nib LAMYs. For right now, it's the only way you can get them. I think though, that someone said that they're going to release a ceramic nib LAMY from Supernote. I'm not sure. They've been taught. Now, I do know that Supernote talked about this like 6 months ago. No, LAMY talked about it like 6 months ago. And they said they were thinking about it. Now, there may be a ceramic nib LAMY being made by Supernote. We're going to see. Listen, I'd be happy. I would be happy because to me, it's like I made the pens because I wanted one, and I know a few of you guys out there wanted them as well, and so that's why I started making them. But if a company wants to come and pick that up and just say, hey, I'm with that. I'm with that. That's not going to stop my motivation for creating my own pen. We're getting there too. We're getting there too. But yeah, that would be great. But we don't know if it's coming. To me, it was just a rumor, but I did want to let you guys know that that's something that may be on the horizon, an official ceramic nib LAMY. I don't know if it's, like I said, true or not. I don't know when they're coming. That was just a rumor that was passed on to me, but I did want to pass that on to you guys too. Because I'm selling them. I want to be as transparent as possible. I'd rather you buy mine, but hey, if they're selling officials, I would buy an official as well. So I did want to put that out there to be totally transparent. But what else we got here? Voja. Oh, let's get to this Voja conversation. So Voja has released information about him getting a A5X2. Now, there's a couple questions I have with this. It raises a couple questions, rather. How about that? Like, first, like, Ratta's so big on Reddit till it surprises me that they would leave it to the YouTube community to break the news about their new device. That just sounds like, why would they do that? And then the timing. So I guess Voja's supposed to get a device mid-December for review. Now, I'm thinking that maybe he's getting a device early because he's going to do a video for their release. You know what I mean? Because you know how a lot of companies like to coordinate releases of devices with releases of influencer videos, essentially. So that's a thing that happens. And I'm just like wondering, is this a thing that they're doing? I can understand that. But usually when that happens, the reviewer doesn't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? They usually keep it under wraps until the company releases the information about the device. But to have a YouTuber break the news, like, I'm interested in that. I'm like, okay, this could mean a few things. Like, the times could be changing. Like, maybe companies are going to YouTubers now instead of the media for the breaking of their news or news about devices. Like, that would be cool, right? I mean, like content creators are having more influence over companies. If that's the case, like, that seems to be the case here. That Voja has that kind of influence that he shifts the conversation of how companies interact with content creators, right? So if they allowed him to break that news about the Supernote, because typically they make you keep those things under wraps, that would be awesome. I think that would be awesome. How do we feel about that, chat? What are we thinking? Are we thinking this is a review that's going to happen? That's going to be released when the device gets released, or do we think this is just the YouTube community getting devices, and then being given the okay to talk about them? Like, I'm interested to know what people think about that. Like, I honestly think that the times are changing. Right. Ratta announcing another timeline on Reddit. Right. And that would make sense, Lau. That they would say, okay, it makes more sense to go through handle this a different way. It might be a case of show, don't tell. Okay. Good point. Two very good points. Which, regardless of which one of those things it is, I think it's still telling that the times are changing for how companies choose to release information. And that's good for the content creators, I think. Now, do we still think it's coming this month? Does Voja getting a device? Well, we don't know when he's getting it exactly, and he doesn't have it now that I know of. But if he gets the device mid-December, what do we think? Is the device coming this year? Will other reviewers get them beforehand? Ratta, if you're listening. I've been a good guy all year. I deserve an early A5X2. I think I do. A Manta. I've promoted Ratta. I've been a Supernote stan at times. I'm not a full-time stan, but I'm a part-time stan. Occasionally I stan. So Ratta, just if you feel If you're feeling generous in the season, just send your boy a copy. I swear I won't tell anybody. I'll just, except for the chat in the stream, I'll tell them, but I won't tell anyone else. No, just joking. I won't tell anyone. Send me a device, please. Like, do we think it's coming out this year? Does this change anyone's idea for when it's coming out? I had a question on here saying, why not make a Reddit post? But Lau just answered that for me. If they did anything else on Reddit right now, it would not go well. It definitely would not go well. Allow says, maybe at the same time when the device is available, the reviews will be there like Remarkable did. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm... But no one was allowed to talk about that, though, when Remarkable did that. Those reviews just kind of came out, and people kind of knew that they had them. Mr. Damib says, I think they'll release before Christmas. We did this research the last time, well, I think on Friday's live stream, we did the research, and we were like, okay, well, Ratta released the A5X in December. So it wouldn't be weird for them to release the A5X2 in December too. But that would be ignoring the thing that I said about the fiscal year and the quarters. I can ignore that though. Maybe they don't care about that. In the past, they haven't cared about it. I only think they care about it now because I think something has changed at Ratta. But I could be wrong. And I probably am. If it comes out this month, clearly, they're on the same trajectory that they've been on the whole time. If it does come out this month. Because that would be on brand for them to release a new product in December. I just personally don't think it's happening. Doc says, yes, order it this year and delivery in January. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Get out your hammer, Doc. I know you're a doctor, so you probably use scalpels, but get out your hammer. You hit the nail on the head on that one. You hit the nail on the head. Mr. Damib says, I think they'll release before Christmas. Like it wouldn't be odd for them to do that. Their history suggests that's what they will do. Yeah, the history suggests that that's exactly what they'll do with the A5X2. Is released before Christmas. It's just weird. You missed the rush. You know what I mean? People have spent like tons of money. A record amount of money was spent on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Record amounts of money. So I'm just like, they missed the golden opportunity for sure. But again, that's on brand for them. And I was going to say, they don't do sales anyway, but neither does anyone else. The sales you see for Black Friday and Cyber Monday aren't really like. I listened to a podcast that was talking about it was NPR. NPR was talking about a research paper that talked about deals that were followed for 6 months prior to the Black Friday sales, and only 1% of the over 14,000 products that they were covering, only 1% of those products were actually deals come Black Friday. So something to keep in mind there. All right. But yeah, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. But one thing we have to do for a viewer that watched on Friday, and I said I show that Monday because we were ending the stream then, is one more thing about the Supernote and the LAMY pen. I think this person had just bought one of the LAMY pens I sell on the site. And I was like, hey, if you didn't know this, the pen that you just bought can do a couple things. Oh, nice. Chat, I don't know what's wrong with my top-down camera, but it hasn't been lasting me a whole stream. Well, it does usually. It usually lasts me 2 hours, and we've gone over 2 hours now, so, oh boy. Okay, my bad. You know what, chat? We're going to have to get to this another time. All right, but you know what, though? Tomorrow, I will have a different camera as my top-down camera. I did some tests last night that showed me that the camera I had been using for my top-down shots wasn't getting good 4K footage. A bit blurry. A bit blurry on the right side. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. But on the right side of that screen, on my close-ups, bit blurry. Bit blurry. So I'm putting a better camera up there with a better lens. Oh, we're about to get better in a few ways with this. So yeah, we're gonna get a new top-down camera tomorrow, and it'll have a better battery that'll last the whole stream. And it's plugged up too. It's got power delivery. Why is it even dying? I think I need a dummy battery. Somebody put that on my radar a few days ago. I might need a dummy battery for this. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now, you guys. My apologies. I wanted to get into the rest of this A5X2 news, but we'll definitely get into that tomorrow. But the new camera will be better. The new camera will most definitely be better. It'll make for a better live stream. It'll also make for better videos because I'll be able to crop down closer, and the image will be super clear and crisp. It'll be the crispiest 4K you've ever seen. It won't, but it'll be good. It'll be good still, for sure. Note max chart. Oh, you want to get to that Note max chart, Doc? Yeah, overheating Sony. That's why I can't put the best camera. The best camera I have is what's filming me right now. That's the best camera I have. The problem with that is that if I throw that camera in 4K, it overheats in 20 minutes. You're getting nothing with that. I'm going to get a cinema. Well, I was going to get a cinema camera, but I have a different camera for this. It's not my best camera, but it's better than the one that's up there right now. And it has a bigger battery, so we should be good. All right, everyone, that's going to be the stream for today. Thank you for joining me. Like if you like. Subscribe if you want to see more of these live streams. And join me from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to, I'm going to just start saying whenever from now on. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope your weather is better than mine here today. And take care.